is on the right.
Wow, it's huge.
Everything went really well until a doctor from Chicago, Dr. Robinson, decided to retire, sold it to a physician from Chicago. Now this was right in the heyday of Prohibition and Al Capone, and he has some connection with quite a few connections to West Michigan. And the doctor that came from Chicago made it a for-profit hospital right away. He was taken to court for trying to kind of swindle money from his older patients, the elderly ones, and it wasn't good. It was during this time that people that I even talked to said that their, like their grandfathers and people in Allegan, it was a small town, everybody knew everybody and everything that was going on, but these black cars would come and pull up in front of the building and they'd offload bodies. And this would be at like 3 in the morning when it should have been very quiet, but people see things. And the speculation is that there's a brook down here at the bottom of the hill in the back that's part of the property, and then the Kalamazoo River is across the street. And there are tunnels going both ways under this building. And I went down to the river one day, years and years ago, and right where we would think that maybe the tunnel would have come out onto the river, which would have been a perfect way to smuggle, you know, booze, because they wanted to get it to Canada, and that's how Capone made a lot of his money, was smuggling rum smugglers. So there's a concrete landing pad, or like a little square dock made out of concrete that's down there. It couldn't have, we just don't know what else it could have been for, except a good place for them to unload and offload. They say that the men that were taken off the cars were taken in the basement. They were either Capone's men that were being treated for a gunshot wound or something, or the worst ones, which seemed to cause a little bit, you know, more restlessness down in the basement that I felt, would have been like enemies, adversaries from a different mob family, and they would bring them down and, you know, just a lot of bad feelings, I think, stuff that went on there. So then this man left, and the building was vacant for a few years, and then I think in 1945, the Fraternal Order of Elks bought the building, and you wouldn't recognize it now to see it. When I first saw it, there was a bar that ran all along here. The Elks had their fish fries every Friday night, and they're probably, because they were Elks, like any of the Masonic kind of groups, I think they have a lot of ritual, just sometimes that can contribute to the activity of the building. She, I can remember asking her once, you spent so much time in this building, do you think it's haunted? And she said, well, she said, there was that time that I brought my 3-year-old granddaughter with me, and I was getting ready for dinner that night, and I just let her have, you know, the run of the place. And then it was time to go, so I called her, we went out the front door, it was just the 2 of them. She locked it up and they left, and as they were walking out to their car, she turned around and her granddaughter wasn't there, but she was standing in front of the door and she was waving up at the sliders upstairs, was waving. And Jane said, honey, who are you waving at? She said, oh, the little girl I've been playing with.
So yeah, apparently there was a lot of bad stuff that went on down here. Al Capone had ties to this building, and as we were learning earlier today, apparently cars would show up in front of the building at 3 a.m. and they would bring people in here and bring them down to the basement, and who knows what they did. So I would like to reach out to anybody who was hurt here in this basement. Or anybody who was even killed in this basement. And I'd like to know if you'll speak with us. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to know if you'll speak with us. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it upstairs?
I can't tell. Sounds like it's down here.
It sounded like footsteps coming from over here. But maybe it was upstairs. Hello? Anyone down here? Okay, that's the pipes.
That's water.
And it sounded like footsteps down here. For sure.
Yeah, it sounded like...
Wait, hold on. This is recording. Who's down here with us right now? Did you hear someone breathe?
That's what it sounded like.
I've still got the EVP going. So we're going in here?
This is why we need a third person.
I know, right?
Okay.
I've still got the EVP going. So we're going in here?
This is why we need a third person.
I know, right? Okay, we are in the side room by the stairs again. I know this is going to be a very chaotic recording. What do you think about it down here? Do you agree with me that it's just
Frustrating.
try not to walk, though, because you're gonna contaminate the audio.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating. I feel very frustrated down here.
It's just stand right in front of me.
I've got the EMF here.
Right
Again,
in
this
front of that doorway. I'm gonna take a few pictures.
John Robinson Hospital basement is about 10.
10:14.
10:14. I feel like we've been down here for an eternity.
You want your picture taken with it?
Stand by me. By the store here,
Yep.
the back one.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Ready to that?
Holy. Oops. Oh, and my battery's dying now. Oh my god. Oh my god. By the time I got my camera on it, it stopped doing that. I mean, I know that my phone was getting close anyways, but as soon as this started spiking, the low battery light came up on my phone.
Like it was taking the energy from your phone?
That was really interesting, because this hasn't spiked once since we've been down here, and it
Hmm.
spiked all the way right there.
When we were asking it to stand next to you for a picture.
Yeah.
You want to stand next to Ashley again? She promises not to cuss this time.
I'm sorry, you startled me. So, 10:45. We are now on the second level of the John Robinson Hospital. We heard some audible footsteps, and unfortunately we weren't filming at the time, so this is our first recording that anything happening.
There's a noise. It sounded like something was being messed with her.
Hello?
Like the Obelisk one, the same company, Digital Dowsing, made this and put it on the iPad. It bases it off of, no, there's no algorithms, no database of words or anything. It's just based off of the frequencies and the EMFs and the vibrations and everything, and it's supposed to say what things it says, or what it thinks that the ghosts or whatever.
My name's Ashley.
My name's Jason. Will you tell us what your name is? Still ready for you to kick that ball over here too.
I think that
Jackie.
Your name's Jackie?
Oh, nice to meet you, Jackie. Can we come in?
If you're using the toilet stool, go ahead and just close the door so we don't come in and bother you if you don't want us to. If you're using the toilet stool, go ahead and just close the door so we don't come in and bother you if you don't want us to. Go ahead and just close the door so we don't come in and bother you if you don't want us to.